Every year an award is given to a single film released that year. That award is called an Academy Awards Best Picture, and that award is only given to the best film of that year. But how good these movies are, well, that's what I'm putting to the test today. I'm going over every Best Picture winner of the past 20 years and rate them based on how good to bad they are. Are these Best Picture winners justified or not? Let's jump right into it.
And the Oscar goes to... It's a clean sweep. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Barry M. Osborne.
2004 Best Picture Award is handed to The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I have never watched this film in my life, so you know what, I'm just gonna skip until I find a movie I have watched.
And the Oscar goes to The Departed.
The year is 2007 and the Best Picture Award is won by The Departed. I remember watching this movie and being entertained to my core. This movie was great on all cylinders. I mean, the acting, the plot, how everything plays out, the tension across the film, keeping you watching, keeping me watching. Honestly, I understand how this movie won a Best Picture Award. I would give it a rating of 8.2.
And the Oscar goes to No Country for Old Men. Scott Rudin, Ethan Cohen, and Joel Cohen producers.
The Best Picture Award film of 2008 is No Country for Old Men. Now, I'm like all people who find themselves watching this movie after hearing how great it is and how you should not be sleeping on it. Which is why I did watch this movie in the first place, and honestly, I was completely bored out of my mind watching it. I just wasn't hooked to the cat and mouse chase between the two main characters. I understand the actors have played the role of a lifetime acting this film, but I just wasn't for whatever this movie had to offer. Especially the open ending, which was completely anticlimactic. I would give this movie a 6.2.
And the Oscar goes to Slum Dog Millionaire, Christian Colson, producer.
2009 and the Best Picture winner is Slum Dog Millionaire. I remember first when I watched this movie, I was about 11 years old and this movie was very popular. It was very buzzing back then. It was more buzzing after winning an Academy Award. And it's not hard why this movie won an Academy Award. Obviously not to get political or anything, but obviously the message that pushed the film to an Academy Award. Me personally, I wasn't impressed by the film. It has a very attached to plot that keeps moving and changing as the movie keeps going. But like I said, it wasn't for me, so I'll give it a respectful 6.5.
It includes that Bogart and Bergman classic. And the winner is The Hurt Locker. Catherine Bigelow, Mark Bowl, Nicholas Chartier, and Greg Shapiro.
The Best Picture Award for 2010 is The Hurt Locker. It's surprising to see a movie like The Hurt Locker win an award, not really having a deep message as it goes for the Best Picture winner, but I enjoyed this movie. The movie was basically good. Whatever they thought would work in this film, it did, because I was hooked all the way through. I mean, it was good. It kept me watching all the way from the beginning to the end. I give it a 7.5.
And the Oscar goes to The King's Speech. Ian Canning, Emil Sherman, and Gareth Unwin producers.
2011, we got The King's Speech. This movie was great. I understand why it won an Academy Award for Best Picture. I mean, if I was to give a movie the award, I would give it to this movie. Indeed, a very good film, rating 7.8. 2011 Academy Award is The Artist, The What? I never heard of this movie in my life, so I'm just gonna skip it.
And the Oscar goes to Argo. Congratulations.
2013 Best Picture winner is Argo. I watched this movie way back, and in terms of good entertainment, I was entertained. This movie wasn't joking around when it said when it was a thriller. You could watch this film and feel blood going down your spine. But anyway, this movie is good. I like it. I approve of it, winning the Academy Award for Best Picture, rating 7.8. 2014, 12 Years a Slave. I never watched this movie in my life, so we just gonna...
And the Oscar goes to
Who
Who gave this son of a bitch his green card? Birdman.
2015 Birdman. I didn't fully like Birdman. I don't know why, but I just didn't care about a crazy person who for the most entire movie sees things that I know was fake. But what wasn't fake was Emma Stone as his daughter, which let me tell you, I didn't care a tiny bit about her. She was just annoying, and he was annoying too. I'm being more annoying talk about this film. So Best Picture, Unjustified, 4.5.
And the Oscar goes to Spotlight.
2016 Best Picture winner is Spotlight. Now I remember watching this movie, it was heavy, it was long, and it had a lot to offer. I wanted this film win the Best Picture award when realizing it's a true solid film. And the film was good but make you anticipate more as you were watching and wonder what's going to happen next. It's very similar in a lot of ways to the Zodiac. I really enjoyed this film, and for that we'll give it a score of 8.7, fully justified winning the award. The Best Picture winner in 2017 is Moolah, but I didn't watch this movie, so I'm just gonna...
And the Oscar goes to... The Shape of Water. Guillermo del Toro and J. Miles.
The 2018 winner is Theable Water. Now I remember watching this movie with my siblings. I think it was on Netflix, and we just decided to watch it. We didn't make it halfway through when we were bored out of our minds. I mean, it's a movie about a woman falling in love with a man mermaid, and believe me, it's not as romantic as it sounds. This movie was creepy and weird, and I want to stop thinking about it, so 4.5, Unjustified.
Oh, and the Oscar goes to Green Book. Green Book.
2019 winner is The Green Mile. I have watched this movie twice in the past 5 years. That's how much I loved it. I don't care what anyone has to say. This movie is in the Hall of Fame of movies. So I will give it a score of 8.5. Fully deserved winning Best Picture.
And the Oscar goes to Parasite.
The winner of 2020 is Paraside. This movie took the world by storm. Everyone either watched it or thought they should be watching it. And you can see why it won an award with the type of message this film carried. But that doesn't take away much from how good this film is. I mean, it has the same director as No Pizza, which is in my top 5 films of all time. Although this movie wasn't completely for me, I'll give it a respectable score of 7.5.
The Oscar goes to Nomadland.
The winner of 2021 is Nomadland. I hated this film, period. This movie was completely boring. It was about a woman who lives in a van in the middle of nowhere, doing nothing really, just scooting through life, being bored in the middle of nowhere, just dying, doing nothing. So yeah, truly unjustified this film winning Best Picture, rating 6.5.
Here, and especially with you, I'm your biggest fan.
Are you excited to announce Best Picture?
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oscar goes to...
Okay, Koda.
2020 winner is Koda. Koda is a film I watched the first days were released, that being on Apple TV, so I'd say I had the privilege of watching the film without any expectations, such as being the Best Picture film winner. When I did watch it, it was heavily boring and uninteresting. I felt the movie was for a young demographic, and the film tried to be funny, but each time I cringed harder. So I'd say the film wasn't for me. I don't understand how it won Best Picture, rating 6.4.
And the Oscar goes to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
2023 Everything Everywhere at Once is the winner of the Best Picture nomination in 2023. And the same thing here, I really didn't like the film. It was completely confusing. I was completely uninteresting with whatever was happening on screen. I thought things took longer to happen, and when they did happen, they're just more confusing. So 6.4, unjustified.
What are the envelope for that?
And I will. Here it comes. And may I see Oppenheimer? Yes. Yes, Emma Thomas, Charles Gordon.
Oppenheimer has 13 nominations.
Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is the winner of the 2024 Best Picture award. And I gotta say, like most people, I was very excited for this film to come out. I mean, the hype was to the roof. But unlike everyone who would watch the film, I was heavily disappointed. I didn't make it past the first hour to stop watching the film. Reasons for that are nothing made sense, time jumps was very confusing, scenes were painfully long, and the film was way too political. And the cherry on top, the whole thing was boring, completely uninteresting in whatever is happening. So yeah, 6.7 now for me. And that was it. Tell me if you have different ratings for these movies or not. Do you hate my ratings? Do you love them? Tell me in the comments down below. But thanks for reaching the end of the video. But until next time, goodbye.